I am a man, therefore I must act masculine. All right. The idea of what it means to be masculine has become an increasingly debated topic as time goes on, but for much of the past, there was very little to debate. Men had to act within the strict set of standards defined by society as masculine. This meant often being physically strong, resistant to human emotion, acting macho even though that really might not be who you are. Personally, I disagree with this phrase and the idea that my behavior should be defined by my biological gender. Sure, I certainly fit into certain areas of manliness, but I don't fit into all of them, and I certainly don't think I should have to change who I am to meet these standards. Oftentimes, cultural norms surrounding masculinity are focused on an adherence to mental and physical strength. So men are not only expected to look strong, but remain emotionally strong as well, often through denying engagement with their emotions at all. Throughout my personal experience growing up, I've become more and more aware of the impact of cultural expectations on my own behavior. Much of my early years were spent competing with other boys, playing sports. I often hated doing this sort of stuff, but it was expected of me, and I honestly felt wrong to desire an experience outside of what I was told that I should experience. To this day, I struggle with accepting emotions of sadness and anguish because these are emotions that I was taught to ignore. If I were to have cried in front of my friends as a child, I would have been ridiculed and made fun of. I've spent a lot of my life acting in a way that I thought would mesh with what others expected of me as a man. I made concerted efforts to be more aggressive and physical, to be tough and blunt in my speech. Ultimately, though, while my actions may have told others that I was what a man should be, I didn't feel like myself. At the most surface level, such expectations make it difficult to emotionally bond with other males whom I have little previous experience with. Meeting new guys requires a certain adherence to surface level discussion. My relationships with my male friends, however, I would say are stronger in spite of society's expectations of masculinity. After spending more time with many of my friends, we often come to disregard masculine stereotypes altogether. Some of my closest connections are with male friends who have dropped their emotional guard, becoming more vulnerable and open in the process. From my personal experience, most men don't truly adhere to the stereotypes of masculinity on the inside, yet, out of fear of being different, we cling to aggression and dominance to blend in with the pack. I'd say my connections and relationships with others are strengthened simply because of the power of overcoming these presumptions. Letting my masculine guard down helps me to connect to people on a far deeper emotional level. Now, beyond simple male-to-male interaction, I would say masculine expectations also impact my own comfort with myself. Meeting new people can become a serious point of stress in the moments leading up to the introduction, because I'd never know what kind of person I'll be meeting. There are a lot of other guys out there that truly do judge other males that don't act within the correct guidelines of masculinity. They don't act as macho or aggressive as they think they should. I know I've certainly experienced this feeling of judgment being cast upon me for my lack of aggression or my show of emotion. And it's because of this that I always initially present myself a bit more masculine than I really am. I assess the other person in the situation and I become more or less vulnerable depending on my observation. I find this to be particularly difficult when speaking to people of older age. Just from speaking to my grandparents, I can see a stark difference in the way my generation handles masculinity compared to theirs. To them, masculinity is strictly defined. It means carrying yourself with a sense of ownership and strength. It means being aggressive whenever necessary. I personally disagree with the idea that being masculine is attributed to any specific traits. Because in my eyes, true masculinity is owning yourself and being yourself despite what others tell you. That's true strength of character. It takes some real guts to be yourself when society is telling you not to. So, in my eyes, that is what masculinity is. It means being masculine means having strength of character, interacting with the world as your true self, whatever that means to you. This is the best way to reject typical expectations of masculinity. Own yourself. Own your personality, your quirks, and your nuances because they're yours and you should be proud of them. I think I can personally reject this phrase by making a more concerted effort to let my true nature take hold. Removing expectations that you've held close for most of your life is a difficult process, and it's a long one. But to truly be my authentic self in every understanding and every interaction, I need to further my personal understanding of the self. Through a more concrete understanding of who I am, I can begin to move forward and cast away the aspects of myself that I've really adopted just because of pressure. Luckily, I think the future looks pretty bright in regard to such constrictions surrounding gender and behavior. Hopefully we'll soon live in a world where we aren't compared to social expectations that take no account for the uniqueness of our experience. If you're a guy who's struggled with this or is struggling with this, just keep your head up and be your true self. Thank you.